to the channel. This is Astha. I hope you all are doing great. Guys, as you can see, we have guest on our channel. His name is Prasant, one of our subscriber. And guys, recently, he selected with INFOSYS company for system engineer profile. The best thing is, guys, he belongs to some other branch. He don't belong to IT and CS sector. He belongs to petroleum, but he cracked IT company. So I requested Prasant to share his experience with us. I want Prasant to share that you share all your tips with us. That will going to be very, very helpful for the candidates. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
And first of all, congratulations for your achievement with INFOSYS company.
Yeah, thank you.
And welcome to our channel. It's really glad that you came here and you're sharing your experience with us.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Okay. So Prasant, the main motive to share this video with all my subscribers is only that so many of my candidates, my subscribers are preparing for IT companies. And they belong to different branches, as you all also aware about this thing, because you're also one of our subscriber, that we used to share different branches, interview experiences, interview questions.
Yeah.
So that will help all the candidates to crack the interviews. Along with that, this will give them motivation that yes, if you can do it, I can also do it, right? So here we're going to discuss the complete journey of Prasant, how he cracked INFOSYS company, all his tips, all his preparation videos, all his preparation tips, and all the interview questions. Along with that, how he cracked exam as well. Okay, so it's a request, guys. Please do watch the video till the end so that you'll get the complete information from Prasant's side. And I'm sure this video is going to be very, very informative. Okay, so let's start with the video. Prasant, please give us your brief introduction.
Yeah, sure. Hi all. Myself Prashant from Vijayawada. I did my BTech in petroleum engineering at KL University at Guntur, and completed my MTech in petroleum engineering too in Andhra University, Visakhapatnam. So I passed out my BTech in 2019, and MTech is in 2021. So I prepared for I wanted to switch my career from petroleum to the data science career. So I decided to learn some coding towards the data science, data analytics. So I learn Python from data analytics. That will help. That help me to crack this INFOSYS interview.
Okay, great. So you learned Python language.
Yeah.
Okay.
When I applied to this, when I heard this INFOSYS is going to hire this, means like I am the batch of 2019. Actually, when we were going to the outside of our course stream, mainly they will look into our bachelors, like not only masters. Means masters is our one of our choice, but for graduation is our mandatory to any, like whatever the field, IT field or any field, for the graduation is mandatory. Right. So 2019 passed out batch is very means nowadays the companies are not allowing for 2019 pass out batches. There are only few companies. I got to know that INFOSYS is hiring from 2019 too. So I applied with the base of my BTech only, not to MTech also. But they asked while in interview, the interview panel candidate he asked me to mention your MTech too, because there is some gap between the BTech and the present day, between 2 years. So you need to fill the gap with your MTech curriculum. So I kept my MTech as a for reference too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. So Prasant, we'll start with the interview experience. Like, how was your interview? How was the interviewer? What are the interview questions? All those things if you can share with us.
Yeah, sure. My interview date was like 6th February.
Okay. Your exam date must be 23rd of January.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Okay.
Not the 23rd. Yes. The 23rd.
Your exam date must be 23rd of January, and your interview date is 6th February.
6th February.
Okay.
Yeah. The thing is that when it's the morning slot, 10 a.m.
Okay.
When I joined the candidate, the interviewer joined 5 minutes late to the the interview is conducted in Teams, Microsoft Teams. He joined 5 minutes late. So after that he joined. He said, "Hi Prashant, I think I didn't remember his name. He is one of the team lead, it seems, for a project for the project, and he is around age of 35 to 40. Like he is a very experienced guy. he introduced about himself in the company and what the project he is dealing with for 2 minutes. And after that, he asked me. I think he's watching my resume in his screen. It seems he asking continuously what I mentioned in my resume. He's firstly the first question was my self intro, and I said that about basically I'm from Vijayawada, my academic background and what are my interest and hobbies, and what I did certifications apart from my curriculum, and what are my personal interests and my family background, and etc. I said my everything about about 5 to 6 minutes my self intro. And after that, he asked me about you mentioned some major projects in your resume. Means he asked that is it an individual or a group project? I said I did more than 4 projects. I mentioned that is minor project, major in BTech, and minor and major in MTech. I said in BTech everything minor and major is a group project, and in MTech minor and major is an individual project. He asked me that what is your role in a group projects. He asked me that like I said there is no leaders and there is no representatives in my group. We all are equal in the project groups. Means we decided to do equal share in the project. Means like we planned everything before the implementation. Like we are four members in a group. We divided work for equally for 4 of us, like planning and collection of data, execution and reporting and presentation. We divided equally to everyone, so we successfully completed the project.
Okay.
And after that, he asked me that can you explain about individual project in MTech? You did some an individual project, right? Means I said yes, sir. Can you explain it? He and one thing that I prepare a lot of IT questions. Means like I show your job for sure and plenty and media and etc. channels in YouTube, and I prepared so much of, because I'm new to this IT field and this data science also. Only Python is not completely. Only what part of some part of coding is used to data science is that what I learned in the data science course.
Right.
I didn't know the Python and Java also. I mentioned Java and C program too, because Java and C program I learned it from my BTech in academics only. So I prepared a lot of questions like OOPS concepts and what are the difference between Java and Python, Java object oriented, and what is a scriptural language and object oriented language. I prepared a lot of things, but he didn't even ask in any one technical question too.
Okay.
He is completely interested in my core background.
Oh.
Like yeah, he is completely interested in my core background. He is continuously asking about my project. So I decided to explain my project. My project is in petroleum. It is of data collection and interpretation.
Okay.
Means how it will be the oil and gas extract from the earth surface, as how the oil will be formed, and what are the technicalities and what are the issues and what are the difficulties we will face in this. Like I will like it will went to around in the mail they mentioned the interview is only a part of 19 minutes, but my interview went off 35 minutes.
Okay.
That that he was very interested in my project, and he asked so many doubts among this, and I gave the answers in very pleasant manner. So he was fully satisfied with that everything in my project. And after that, he said that this isn't a programming job. You are completely from out of programming.
Right.
If you got selected in Infosys, and what you will do, like if there isn't developing and testing departments like that. If you got some coding department, if you put in a coding department, what you will be do? He said that when for this question I answered that, sir, I have interested in coding. That's why I choose the data. Even though I have data, I have decided to do data science in like visualizations like DBMS. There are so many choices, but I choose the Python with data science since I have interest in coding. So he accepted the statements, and like, after that he said, "Do you face any difficulties while doing your projects and or anything in group projects or like this in individual project?" He said that, okay, sir, I face a lot of projects in my, particularly in my petroleum core projects. The data is not publicly available. It's so confidential and it's so very cost and expensive too. So I explained what are the difficulties I faced during my project. He said he is okay. And after that, he said, "Are you willing to relocate or not?" These general HR questions, like,
Okay.
and like, yes, sir, I'm willing to relocate. Do you have your own laptop? He asked me this question particularly, like, means he sounded high pitch, like the all the interview questions will be in like medium or low pitch. Means the only laptop you having a laptop or not, means this is the, he asked the question is like a very high voice, high bass, like that.
Okay. So
And
you must be having a laptop, right?
yeah, I'm having a laptop.
Okay.
And at last he is asking, I'm done with the interview, do you have any questions? I asked him, yes sir, I have one question. I am completely out of this IT sector. I know I have some doubts about this. If I got joined in Infosys, and what type of projects I'm going to deal with. He said that there is a 6 months training with Infosys at Mysore campus. After that, they will assign you like one language, like what are you interested in. Among these interviews only, the interviewer can understand what language we can understand, what language you are interested in, and he didn't even say what language he kept for me. For the at the time of training, the language I have to be trained for 6 months, and after the 6 months, the training institute will means they will give some choices about locations, about three preferences, and among this, the like I choose Hyderabad, Bangalore, and Chennai. Among these like Hyderabad branch, there are so many in Hyderabad also. There are so many Infosys branches like in Gachibowli and High Tech City, like that. So for each every branch, there are requirement in some technologies. It seems they will select us from. They will select us with on the performance in training. It seems.
Training.
After that, yeah, performance
So
in
all these
training,
things are
and
going to be
after,
selected at the time of training only. Which
yeah,
project
training
you're going to
only.
be assigned, which location you're going to be assigned. Okay.
Yeah.
So great. Anything else during the interview happened?
Yeah. After this, he clarified all these things about my question, and after that, the interview will be ended.
Okay, great. So the thing is, guys, here because he has mentioned all the things in your resume that you have done some good projects, right? So the interviewer having more interest in his projects. That's why he didn't ask any IT question to the candidate. But the most important thing, guys, here totally depends on interviewer. Okay, if the interviewer is more interested in his own sector, that is IT sector, he's going to ask you the IT questions. If he is more interested in your resume, what you have mentioned in your particular resume, then he's going to ask all the questions from the resume.
Yeah,
So it's a
one
very
thing I
simple
forgot to
thing.
say about this.
Yeah.
He asked me about one question. Do you aware of present technologies? Like that means I said some. I don't know some particularly, but just I browsed in Google like machine learning and artificial intelligence. These are the present technologies in IT industry. Like that means he said, do you have any idea what the implementation of these machine learning and artificial intelligence in future? I said like just general topic, like means I don't know everything. I don't know even what is this. Like I said, in past there is an like in automation there is an autopiloting code, autopiloting these things, and we call it as Tesla. This is an artificial intelligence, like that. Something I managed for this question.
Okay.
After that, he asked everything.
Okay, no problem. Actually, the main thing is, Prasant, the interviewer just want to check how much knowledge you are having in your particular core subject. Okay, if you belong to some different branch, then and how much interest you are having in IT sector. Because after joining Infosys, you need to work in IT sector only. You need to do coding, you need to do developing, testing, all these things, right? So they just want to check this thing whether you are having that much IQ level or not. And the next thing is how much you're interested to join IT sector. Means you're ready to learn coding or not. So that's what they want to know actually, because this is a freshers hiring. So they're going to teach you everything. And believe me, Infosys training is really one of the best trainings. They're going to teach you from the scratch. So you don't have to worry about anything, whether you know Java, whether you don't know Python, no problem, because they're going to teach you everything. They're going to start from the scratch, and they're going to train you in that particular language. Okay. So that's the reason they'll hire all the branches, different branches. As you must be aware, they're hiring all the branches, almost all branches, right? Because they're going to provide you training. So they just want good freshers. Those are having really good interest in IT sector and good knowledge, because it depends on personality of the individual, right? How much he can think, how much he can invest in. And as you shared your experience, from that I can say this thing: he asked so many questions from your resume, from your project, because he must be aware about this thing, that you have done really good project. Okay. So that's the reason he asked all the questions from project. So that's what I used to tell you people: please be prepared with your projects, with your resumes, because sometimes this thing happen when you have done some good projects. Now the interviewer might have interest in that, and from that only they come to conclusion that yes, this is the candidate, he can understand all the languages, he can do work in IT sector, right? So it's a great so Prashant, if you want to share any tips for all my candidates who are preparing for interviews, any particular tip, individual tip?
Yeah, the one thing is that uh, when I completed my MTech, and at the time there is no jobs in my core department, so I want to switch my career to some data science or IT, whatever related to the data science. Means in data science everything is there, coding and data management and DBMS, everything. So I decided to do that. My first interview was for Accenture.
Okay.
So, but I confident in my core department, but is completely IT department. So I am not able to answer everything. Means they ask me about 10 example. They ask me about 10 questions, and I answer only one or two correctly in the interview.
Okay.
So at the time, I lost my confidence at the time. So why it happening to me like that? Just don't lose hope. But believe in yourself that I can tell my from my own experiences. So I took 3 months of gap, and I learned the basics of Java, Python, and C programming. For freshers, they are not expecting any of our they are not expecting the whole subject from you. Just they are expecting some basics on what you are learning from your graduation or some your interest, like that. So I prepared the basics of Java, C, and Python. These are the current technologies they are expecting from the freshers. So I prepared that, and I attended the in this INFOSYS also. Before itself, I attended the global data company in Hyderabad. It's an analysis data insights company, and I cracked that one also. But INFOSYS has a great opportunities, and they have growth in companies, and they're giving nice nice treatment to the employees in the company. Like I choose the Infosys as my career starting point.
Okay, great. So one more thing, Prashant, I want you to share with my subscribers how you did your preparation for online examination. Means there you must be having pseudocode and puzzle section, because remaining is the aptitude section, so that you can prepare from anywhere, right? Because all branches have aptitude section. But how you prepared for pseudocode and puzzle especially?
Yeah, the thing I faced the so many difficulties to learn pseudocode. I learned some of the channels. I didn't remember the name of the channels from YouTube. From YouTube and the Google, I learned the pseudocodes of just 4 to 5 lines. But in the exam, I was expecting 4 to 5 lines pseudocode. Means in the exam they gave me the 25 lines of pseudocode. The maximum time I spent on the pseudocode only in the exam. I'm not confident also about the pseudocode, what I answered in the exam, lack of time. So by luckily I got selected.
Okay, no problem. Actually, pseudocode, the scene is keep so many candidates are fear of this pseudocode, how we can manage to crack the pseudocode section. But the most important thing is, guys, in INFOSYS examination, every section you have like different number of questions and different marking for all the questions, right? In pseudocode, you'll be having only 4 questions, right? And if you anyhow you can manage to do 2 correct pseudocode questions, you'll get selected. I'm telling you, and I used to tell all my candidates whenever I used to make preparation videos or do some seminars and all, I used to tell them that whenever you are going for INFOSYS interviews, you just need to make sure that you have to crack only 2 questions of Pseudocode. Don't focus on all 4 questions. Try to manage anyhow you can crack 2 questions, and that's not even much difficult. You need to do preparation. As Prasant also shared with us that he prepared from YouTube videos only. There are so many YouTube videos, guys. If you'll search on YouTube or Google, you'll get all the previous year pseudocodes. So you can prepare from that section, right? That will really help you out actually. Great. So Prasant, that's great that you came here, and it's really nice to talk to you. You shared a great experience with us. So guys, please do have knowledge of your core subject as well, because from this interview experience, we can tell this thing that the interviewer selected him on the basis of his own core subject knowledge, right? His petroleum subject knowledge, his project.
And one thing is that it's completely depend upon the interviewer. But
right.
when I faced the Accenture interview, even though he didn't ask me anything about my core, he continuously asking about the IT questions and what are the languages, you know. And today in Infosys, he never asked any single question about coding. He continuously keeping on asking about my core subject. It's
right.
completely depend upon the interviewer and
Right,
yes.
right. So see, even this thing happened with some of my subscribers recently, actually, day before yesterday only, that the interviewer didn't ask her any single HR question. He asked all the technical questions. From the starting only, he started with her project. Then again and again and continuously, he asked her all technical questions. Not a single HR question he asked him. So the only thing is, guys, this thing is totally dependent on the interviewer. So you can't even guess कि किस तरह के questions आपको आ सकते हैं. In that condition, you have to prepare yourself for the worst condition. Okay, best cases क्या हो सकते हैं, worst cases क्या हो सकते हैं. You have to prepare yourself accordingly. That's why I used to tell you, you have time with you, and to crack INFOSYS interviews are not that much difficult. I'm telling you this thing. If you'll do preparation, right? Without preparation, you can't even crack any company. But if you do preparation nicely, now you can crack INFOSYS also, other companies also. But you have to prepare yourself, and you have to be confident for that. That's why I'm sharing all these videos with all of you, so that you'll get experience from the selected candidates, that how they crack their interviews. So it's really great, Prasant, that you came on our channel and you shared all your experiences with us. I'm sure your journey will going to be very, very helpful for all my subscribers.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
so much.
and thank you so much, guys, that you watched this video till the end, and hope this video will going to be helpful. Please do prepare yourself and do share your experiences with us. If you are done with any MNC company, we're going to share accordingly, and this will going to help so many candidates. Right? Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much, Prasant, that you came here. All the best for your journey.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Definitely. And if possible, in future also will request Prasant to come again to the channel and share his INFOSYS joining experience with us.
Yeah,
if it is possible, we'll definitely do that. Okay. So thank you so much. We'll meet in another video with a new update. Thank you.